Welcome to the Texas Truck Channel. I'm Craig, and we're back at the hill, and we're taking our buddy Phil's favorite vehicle up. Canadian Phil, right, Brian?
Canadian Phil.
Yes, okay. Before we get to that, though, check out this nice swag I'm wearing. You'll see links to this below the video below. Check it out. We got some cool stuff. This is actually kind of a retro theme for our Ranger. But enough of all that, Brian. What do we got here?
Man, first of all, that is a sweet shirt. Mine's not on right now because it's too hot for that crap. But Craig, God bless you for wearing it in this heat. It's 99 degrees outside right now in September. And that's in Freedom units, not Canadian units.
That's how committed I am to the channel.
Absolutely, yeah. Here's the deal, Craig. I know what you're already thinking in the comments below.
What are they thinking?
You didn't get the Wilderness, dude. What are you doing?
Oh, yeah. What are we doing, Brian? This is the wrong trim.
2025 Outback XT, which means turbo before we do anything else.
Okay.
260 horsepower, 277 torque paired to the high torque 8-speed CVT, which is really just
Why did you use air quotes? What was that?
Well, because 270 torque is only so much. I mean, anyways,
okay.
It's relative high torque. The point being is that we actually like this powertrain a lot. Head over to TTC Cars to see the road test of this. By and large, great car. Real happy with this. But let's talk about the off-road, Craig. We don't have the Wilderness, which means we don't have skid plates. We don't have the off-road tires with the Yokohamas, the Geolanders. And we have 18s instead of 17s and slightly lower ride height. We do still have some goodies. Symmetrical all-wheel drive. We still have 18.6 degrees of approach, which is not bad for something that has no off-road genuine intentions. This is meant for like sleet and snow driving, not for off-road driving, but still better than almost every crossover in the market.
Good point.
Better than a Sequoia.
Ooh.
Okay, so putting that out there. Pew, 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 pew. Breakover angle is not published. We don't know. Our ground clearance is 8.7 inches, which is
that's Toyota Land Cruiser territory.
And that thing's a genuine off-roader, so it tells you this is in the ballpark. But let's cover wheel and tire real quick. Craig called this in our road test. What was this? What'd you call this?
Elderly statesman choice.
Right, which is basically an old man wheel. But I'll tell you right now, I think it's just a non-offensive wheel. I don't think it's specifically an old man.
I say that. I love it.
I think it's like fine. It matches the car well. So no problem with that.
It's invisible. Which
is what this trim is. And the Touring's a sweet spot, Craig, because it has crotch chillers, which is a big deal in our climate, and seat heaters if you're living, anywhere else.
Invisible means it's really fast too.
Well, I don't know about that. Let's talk about this. 18-inch wheels are not 17s, but this brake will fit a 17-inch wheel around it. So if you want to do your own method wheels and all that kind of stuff, you can do that with all terrains. This has a 225/60 R18 Yokohama Advid GT, which is straight up a highway tire, and it is very quiet for that, but it is not optimized for dirt work. So we're going to see how that works out today. Now, luckily, Craig, we do have some cladding going down the side, and the cladding continues, well, really wherever you're at on the car is where it starts, and it goes all the way around, and it stops wherever you're standing because it goes the whole lap.
And jumps up to the roof.
Hops on the roof. And I want to talk about the roof real quick, Craig. I've had people ask me, what the heck's up with all this stuff? Well, it's got a hidden crossbar, so you never, and the other one comes this way, and they latch across. You never have to go get the crossbar out of your garage. You never have to deal with wind noise when you don't want to. And whenever you want to put that tent on the roof, you're good to go. It can just take it. This thing's good for 700 pounds. Not messing around, dude. That's pretty cool. Really happy with that. That's a good feature that I think that they do a good job of making sure their audience has what they need for off-roading. Included out back is, 26 degree or so departure angle?
Yeah, 21.
Oh, 21.
21.7. Yep.
Look, if you can make it up the obstacle, you can get down. You know that. That's the good news. Out back, Craig, symmetrical all-wheel drive. They all have it, and that's what matters. But again, more cladding, so if you get dust and dirt, you're protected. Let's check out what's inside this thing.
All right, we do, believe it or not, have some goodies because it's a Subaru. We do have some off-road stuff. Subaru kind of knows what they're doing. They really fine-tuned their segment, and they've stuck to it, and they haven't deviated from their customers. Their customers like to go outdoors, like to hike. They need to get to the trailhead, and that's why we're doing the hill test. And it's okay to do here, Brian. What goodies do we have?
All right, so really there's not a whole lot other than X mode. And unlike the Wilderness, we have a single stage X mode.
It also does have front cameras.
It does have front cameras. Let's try that real quick. There we go.
All right.
This does look a little bit like the TRD Pro camera from 2023.
Well, it's yeah.
But maybe a little bit better.
Slow changes. Their audience likes slow changes.
That's true. You're never going to be startled by anything while driving this. So let's go to the vehicle page. There we go. X mode. It's simply on or off. That's it. We've noticed that in the Wilderness stuff, you have multiple levels. So you can specify gravel and deep snow or deep mud. There's different things you can do. This one's just X mode on or off. That's it. Here's how we're going to do this, Craig. The stability control is off for some reason. It's grayed out. We're not able to actually change it, although earlier it was working fine. We've got it in some setting. We can't figure out why it won't let us be off. So let's just do the hill test with the least amount of help. And if we need to, we'll kick on X mode and see what we can do.
Do we want to try the main attack, or because we know that's probably really going to make it?
I don't think it is, but you know what I actually want to try? I want to try hugging the right a little bit because I think I can ride that that middle ground going right a little bit. Let's try that out.
So the medium. Okay.
Medium.
So what we're going to do is we have the bypass line, we have the main line. We're not going to go the most aggressive part of the main line because 18.6 approach angle is just not enough. And there's no sense in wasting your time because you clicked on this video to watch it and we don't need to waste your time. So we're going to take it to the right of the main line right here, which is pretty aggressive still. A lot of cars struggle getting up there. I'm struggling myself to get up here with two-wheel drive or two-leg drive. Let's see what happens with the Outback. There, we got it crossed up now. So it's crossed up. We got that wheel spinning and that wheel spinning. It's thinking, it can't figure it out.
Heads up, as soon as I started rolling, the stability control kicked on. Sure. So I think it was just because we just started.
Yeah.
So I think the move now, Craig, is it won't let me power through the brakes.
Okay.
So I'm going to turn stability control off.
All right.
Now it's off over here. Here we go. And I want to see if we're able to do any brake modulation.
Got to keep those wheels from spinning.
Exactly.
Okay.
The crossed up ones.
All right, let's do it. So here we go. He's going to see if we can modulate that ourselves a little bit. And a 2-pedal drive in it's helping. It's not really helping a lot. And the problem now is we're sliding to the left, getting off the main line.
Okay.
No, not happening. And it kind of just walked us to the left, so we're not too much on the main line. So
okay, so you think are we getting close to the nose?
Getting close to the nose. Okay. I think you need to reset X mode.
I want to try X mode. Here's the deal. I've realized, Craig, we don't have the wilderness lower drive, final drive in this thing, and that's full throttle.
Oh wow! Okay.
We are running to a CVT from a standing still, just doesn't have the right ratio for it. So
fair enough.
And this is not the mode. This is not the trim to do that in. But just for reference, we're going to try it again. Reset the same line with X mode and see if we can help us.
All right. And Brian makes a really good point. So yeah, that wilderness edition, the CVT does give you a little bit different drive ratio for these exact things, and that's hurting us here. Plus, we don't get the nice tires. That's a factor as well. Those wilderness has better tires. Let's see if X mode can help us. Okay, Brian, the good news is you did finally make it some momentum there. You finally got somewhere. That was good. The X motor was doing something.
It was absolutely doing something, and that was not left foot braking. That was full throttle to the floor and sawing the wheel. I noticed, I'm assuming you saw the same thing, it just drove over to the main line again.
That's exactly the problem. We're just too loose on the right side. I think we're going to have to go to the left side.
Let's do the left side, and I've got faith. Let's see if we can do it.
Okay. All right, so it was going to make it. It's too loose over here on this side. As you can see, we're kind of digging it out right here, and it walked us over to this sharp cliff. So we're going to go on this side. It's a little less loose, still plenty steep and plenty, still a really good test. Let's see what happens.
Don't fall.
We're up and over. Can we get the rest up? There he goes. Got it.
Woo!
And as promised, still a really good test. Really going to tax the system out. Brian, what that really goes to show is this is a heavy-duty CVT, because every other crossover we've had on the planet with the CVT, some traditional autos in pickup trucks
have bogged down
and had transmission heating issues.
No problem here. No warning lights, no issues. I do want to point something out, though. I did not realize before we were running our mouth at the beginning, because we had a wilderness like 2 weeks ago, cross track, that had no problem with gear ratio out there.
And it was wet on that day.
It was sticky.
Yeah.
Today we were slipping, and it had trouble with gear ratio from a stop. This is not a serious off-roader because of that, but it will get you up your fire road to your cabin. No problem.
It'll definitely do that, but it does maybe, you know what, before this video, Brian, I was like, no, this is the one to get. But I like to off-road a little bit. That Wilderness Edition
will do that better.
That does do that better, so that's something to think about. Let us know what you would prefer, the Touring with all the Luxo
They still got it done.
You still got it done?
Some effort.
You could put better tires in this. That would help some. Or do you just get the wheelless edition? It's about the same price.
Yeah, it really is. But you get the turbo here, which you can still get that with the wheelless,
Yep.
but it's the ventilated seats we miss.
Yeah, exactly. Let us know what you would do in the comments. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. See you on the next one.